Okay, so guys, our topic today is, as you see on your screen, that's about modal should. So have you ever heard about should before? Have you ever heard someone using sentence like using should? Have you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the answer is before. How do you use should? If you have ever heard someone using should, can you explain a little bit? What do you know about should?
Miss, can I explain in Indonesian language
No.
in Bahasa?
Or yeah, you can, but you should mix it with English. You can use Indonesian fully.
Oh, okay. According to me, the model should we use when we make a sentence that we want to do that we must to do something action or activity.
Yes.
Um,
Next.
just it uh, my
Uh,
explain.
that's your opinion. Yes, very good, Nasrai. Yes. So that's actually the function of should. One of the functions of should is to tell, to mention or to express advice or obligation, but in a subtle way. What do you mean by subtle way? Okay. Before I answer that question, let's see a video here. I have a video here so that you can see the use of should in sentences in real life. I mean, so there are some scenes here using should, some scenes of movie, yeah. So you can see the dialogue here. You can listen carefully, okay?
You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it. You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it. You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it.
What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
We should call the police. Yes. Police. Yes. Yes. Always use gloves with these things, you know. Always use gloves with these things, you know. Always use gloves with these things, you know. What should we do? How do we get record back?
Never get it back.
What should we do? How do we get record back?
Never get it back.
What should we do? How do we get record back?
Never get it back.
Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, like a Nigerian prince. Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, like a Nigerian prince. Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, like a Nigerian prince.
That's you.
Oh, sorry, you can't hear the dialogue. You can't hear the voice here.
Yes,
Yes.
Miss.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Volume. How about now? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Okay, could you hear that?
Yes, miss.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You should try hotel rooms. You should try hotel rooms. You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it. You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it. You should be angry. Then where is that? I don't see it.
We should leave. We should leave. What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
What should I do differently?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
We should call the police. Yes. We should call the police. Yes. We should call the police. Yes. Should boys use gloves with these things, you know? Should boys use gloves with these things, you know? Should boys use gloves with these things, you know? What should we do? How do we get Rickon back?
Never get him back.
What should we do? How do we get Rickon back?
Never get him back.
What should we do? How do we get Rickon back?
Never get him back. Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, but the guy's a Nigerian prince. Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, but the guy's a Nigerian prince. Maybe I should feel weird about giving a stranger my social security number, but the guy's a Nigerian prince.
Okay, that was the video. Do you know any of those films? Have you ever watched one of those scenes? They're actually old films. Have you ever watched one, maybe? No? You haven't? The video can be seen. We can see the video. You couldn't see the video. You can talk. You couldn't see the video, all of you. You. Anybody can see the video before?
No, not.
Nobody.
Nobody.
But you said that you heard that before. The slide is still in slide 1. Okay. But you told me that you heard the video before. You heard the sound. Okay. Let's just skip the video. We'll just discuss it later, maybe next meeting. So this in the video actually, guys. So there are some scenes. There were some scenes in the video, and there were also some sentences using should in the video. And those are the sentences. The first one, someone said, "We should leave." And then another one said, what should I do differently? The other one said, we should call the police. The other one say, you should always use gloves with these things, you know. We should probably get out of here. What should we do? We should have plans for this kind of deal. Okay, you can see the red words here. Why do you think I make it red? I make them red, in red color.
There are one.
Why do you think I make them in red color? Who is talking right now? May I know your name?
There are verb one.
Yes, verb one, yes. Okay, may I know your name? May I have your name? Actually, I take note of people, of students who are active in the class.
Sorry, miss. My name is Ripalida Tanjung from Galileo.
Oh, Galileo. Okay. Okay. I'll take note of your name later. Okay, so yes, your answer is correct. So after should, you need to use verb one or what you call infinitive. Yeah. So another word for verb one is actually infinitive. So when you heard someone say infinitive, it means verb one. So here we talk about modal should plus infinitive. So after you use should, you need to use verb one or what you call infinitive. And then here is the example of sentences, and let's see the dialogue here, because you need to know in what situation you can use this should model. Okay, next we go to the dialogue here. Okay, Jack, Daisy, Jack, and Daisy. You can see the red words here. They're still about the verb. The verb should be in verb one or infinitive. And let's read the dialogue first. I'm gonna ask Fitria, maybe Fitria Ramadhani Pasaribu, and Akbar Soleh. Yes, Akbar Soleh and Fitria. Can you hear me? Fitria as Daisy and Akbar Soleh as Jack. Or anybody want to read the dialogue? Anybody wants to read the dialogue? You can raise your hand. Remember that I take note of someone that is active on my class. Anybody can read the dialogue. I don't want to talk by myself in my class. I want you to be active, guys. Anybody?
I want to talk, miss.
Raise your
Miss.
hand. Okay, Salsabila and the other one. Let's see. Okay, siapa nih? Risnawati. Okay. Salsabila and Risnawati. Rivaldi, you'll get your turn later. We still have dialogue. Okay. The first one I'll ask siapa tadi ya? Salsabila and Salsabila and
Krishna, miss.
Risna. Okay.
Risna,
Salsabila will be Jack and Risna will be Daisy. Okay, please. Salsabila first.
We should leave at 6. It's a 4-hour trip to the beach.
It's true. This way we can enjoy our holiday to the maximum.
My bags are packed. What about yours?
Pack and check. I think you should check yours. You always forget something.
Okay, your Salsabila and Risna tadi ya. Okay. Okay, so Jack and Daisy here. You can see the underlined sentences here. We should leave at 6. Yes. So what do you think the use of should from this sentence? We should leave at 6. To mention the obligation, just like what your friend mentioned in the beginning before. Okay, so they should leave at 6. It means that they must leave at 6, not at 7 or not less than 6. So we should leave at 6. So when the time is at 6, so they should leave. It means that that's an obligation. We should leave at 6. And then the next one, you can see the underlined sentence, the other sentence. You should check yours. Okay, there's also the red word there, and the red word there is the verb one or infinitive. It means that you should check yours. It means that Jack should check his. His apa?
Okay.
His bags. Yeah. Okay. So just like what your friend mentioned before, the use of this modal should is to mention the obligation, but another use of modal should is to mention the advice. And for I think you should check yours is such kind of advice. And for we should leave at 6, it's kind of obligation. You got it so far? Any question, guys?
No, miss.
No, okay, very good. Okay, now we go to another type of should. No. We still on the should with infinitive. We still discuss should with infinitive. So here there are, from the dialogue before, we can conclude that there are two functions of should. The first one to express or to ask advice, suggestion, or recommendation. And then the second one to express obligation about rules, or to order someone or to instruct someone in a more polite way. So instead of using must, you can use should. Okay, so it's in more polite way. I mean, if you use must, it's like you rule someone. You tell someone to do something in such kind of in a rude way. But if you use should, it's still a rule, but it in a subtle way. It's more polite, I mean. Okay, any questions so far for the functions? No, okay, very good. Okay, sorry, Miss, what is the meaning of obligation? Okay, obligation in Indonesian is peraturan, like rule. You know rule? R-U-L-E, this one. You know rule? Like for example, you must use black shoes at school. That's a rule, right? Or maybe you must come to school at 7. That's a rule, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So instead of saying must, instead of using modal must, you can use should to be more polite. That's the use of should. Besides mention about advice, suggestion, and recommendation. So the example here, you should go to the doctor before your fever gets worse. You have cough, you shouldn't drink something cold. For the advice here, you can follow the advice. You can also omit the advice. So it's up to you whether you do it or not. That's the use of advice. So to mention something like that, you can use modal should. And after should, you use verb 1 or infinitive. And then beside expressing about advice or suggestion or recommendation, you can also use should for rules. I mean to express rules, to mention rule, or to order someone or to instruct someone, but in a more polite way. People usually use must, but if you want to be more polite, you can use should. That's the use of should. Okay, like you should pay the rent tomorrow if you still want to stay here. It means that you must pay the rent tomorrow if you still want to stay here. So it's actually the same with using must, but it's in a more polite way. And we as Indonesians usually talk in a polite way, right? That's why you should consider use should. That's the meaning of, that's the function of should. The next one, as a public officer, he shouldn't accept any kind of bribes. So whether you use it in a positive sentence or negative sentence, when you use negative sentence, you use not after should. So the verb is still in verb 1, in infinitive. You don't change it, okay? And then when you use positive sentence also, you still use infinitive or verb 1 for the structure, for the grammar, And then everyone should wear a seat belt in a car. It has the same meaning as everyone must wear a seat belt in a car, but in a more polite way, you can use should. That's the use of modal should with infinitive. Any questions so far about this for the functions of should? You can ask me anything if that's still in line with our topic. Any questions so far? Do you get it so far?
Yes, I get it.
Yes, okay, very good. Even if you don't know the meaning, I can explain the meaning, or if I can demonstrate it, I can just mention the translation. Okay, next we go to the next one. Okay, before we go to the next topic, I'm gonna have a short exercise with you guys. I'm gonna ask you to do a short exercise like how to be a good student. So here I want you to I want you to mention sentences one by one. I mean, all of you, maybe not all of you, some of you maybe. I want you to make sentences, one sentence for each, like how to be a good student. So for example here, you should pay attention to the teacher's explanation, or maybe you should come on time. How about your version? What do you think needs to be done for being a good student? Anybody? Should I point at you, or do you want to raise your hand? If nobody raises hand, I can point at you. Anybody? How to be a good student? Don't forget to use should. Nobody?
Valdi, Miss.
Let me see. Can you raise your hand? Rivaldi, okay, Rivaldi. Mention your sentence, Rivaldi.
How to be a good student? You should do the homework.
You should do your homework. Yes, very good. That's one of the ways to be a good student. Nice try, Rivaldi. That's good. Okay, another one. I need 2 sentences for these questions. Raise your hand. You should do your homework. Yeah, okay. I'll type it here. You should do your homework. Another one. Mention your name. May I know your name?
My name is Salsabil from Galileo.
Oh, Salsabil. Okay, Salsabil. Mention your sentence.
You should listen to your teacher.
You should
Listen to your teacher and do what they say.
You should listen to your teacher and do
What they say.
Okay, so the point is you should listen to your teacher, right? Okay, you should listen to your teacher. Awesome, you should listen to your teacher. Yes, correct. You need to use verb 1 after should, and here you need to use verb 1 too. Okay, another question here, the other question here. So I have 2 questions here. How to take a good photograph? How to take a good photograph? Okay, do you guys like taking selfie? I think the girls here like to take selfie. Don't you? Don't you? Nobody doesn't like selfie, right? Or Rivaldi likes selfie too. Rivaldi, do you like taking selfie? No? Okay, I bet he doesn't.
I forget to.
Yes, you like. You like taking selfie. You like taking photograph.
No.
No,
I mean,
okay, you don't like taking selfie, but maybe you like taking picture of maybe like food. Yes, maybe like scenery.
I like taking a picture about a view. About
Yes,
the view.
the view, yes. The view, the scenery, that's the same actually. Yes, very good, Rivaldi. Okay. Let's see. Ariel. Yes, Ariel, can you mention one way to take a good photograph? Ariel.
Take some good photos, say step by step.
I want you to use should because that's the point of our material today. You or you can use another subject. You do you want to use you? You should. You should what? No. I want you to mention that. I want to listen to your pronunciation. Ariel, please.
Take some good photos step by step.
No. I want you to use should. From the beginning, please. You should. Use should, Ariel. That was good, but you need to use should. That's our point today. That's our material, right? Just read this one. And then add your way before. Just read from you here. are you there?
I'm sorry, Miss. I think you should say it in Indonesia. I think he doesn't understand.
No, I cannot. We talk about English today. Ariel, so Ariel, you read from this. Read. You know the meaning of read, right? You read from this, and then you mention your sentence like take and such as. So Ariel, please, from this, read from this. From you, Ariel, from you here, the word you here, you read from you. You?
I miss.
We're talking about how to take a photograph, right? Yes, that's what we are talking about. So Ariel, I want you to read it from this. You should.
You should.
Yes, that's it, please.
Bentar, Miss. Aku pun nggak tahu.
Miss,
I miss.
Okay. Okay, let's just, you should take photos carefully. Yes, very good. Okay, I'll just take note of Ariel's name here. So Ariel's instruction before, Ariel's way before is that you should take
Photos in a nice way.
the photo in a nice way. That's you, Ariel? Is that you?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, in a nice way. Okay, that was Ariel. Ariel. Okay, I'll take note of your name. And who is this one before? Who was it? The sentence number 3? I forgot your name. Who talked after Rivaldi before? I forgot to take note of your name. Is that Salsabila before? Yes?
His name Ibrahim is Ibrahim. Ibrahim is name. His name is Ibrahim.
Rivaldi?
No. Ibrahim, sir.
This one is Rivaldi. How about this one?
This one is me. Salsabil.
Salsabil, right? Yes, Salsabil. Okay, very good. Okay, that's for this exercise. We go to the next function of should, because we have a limited time, right? Your next teacher is already here. So let's go to the next dialogue. And here is the next dialogue. Okay, let's just look at the underlined sentences here. Like the first one, you should be studying in the classroom. You should ask for your teacher's permission first. This is actually the same as the function, the structure of the should we talked about before. But how about this one? You have be and you have verb in here, that is studying. So it's gonna be different from what we talked about before, right? You, subject, and then should, modal should, and then be, that's be in the form of verb 1, and then the main verb studying here in the purple word, that's with ing. Right? So when you use be after should, we talk about the structure. When you use be after should, you need to use verb ing. And here is the main verb. For example, you should be playing, you should be listening to your teacher, you should be sitting on, in front of your computer, or you should be doing Zoom, you should be watching Zoom, you should be helping your teacher, you should be helping your mother, and so on. So when you use be after should, you need to use verb ing here. Okay, and then we go to the next one. Why do you use should be plus verb ing? So verb ing here means, it's called present participle in English. Instead of saying verb ing, you need to mention present participle. When someone says present participle, it means that she is or he is talking about verb ing. Okay, so beside infinitive or verb 1 after should, you can also use present participle or verb ing after should, but there should be after should. For example, like what you mentioned, what we mentioned before. You, for example, you should be playing, you should be studying, and so on. And what is the function of this structure? Let's see here. To express the idea that someone is not fulfilling an obligation, or to express an obligation that someone should be doing, or to criticize present mistake. So you should be doing something, but you are doing another thing. Like that. For example, you should be having a Zoom meeting right now, but you are playing, but you are watching video maybe. So you are not doing your obligation. You are not doing the rule. So that's the use of should with present participle. For example here, you should be wearing black shoes. The rule in the school is that you should wear black shoes, but you are wearing what shoes, right? I mean, what shoes right now? So the teacher comes to you and says you should be wearing black shoes because you are wearing white shoes right now. So the point here is you make a mistake at the moment and then someone criticizes you. That's the use of should with present participle. So when someone criticizes you for what you are doing at that time, you need to use should plus be plus present participle. That's the use of should with be and with present participle. You got it so far? You got the function? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's actually different with should plus verb 1 or infinitive. Okay, so present participle here means verb ing. Don't forget that. Present participle means verb ing. But don't forget, after should, there should be to use present participle. If there is no be after should, then you need to use verb 1. But if there is be, you need to use present participle or verb ing. That's the structure. But the function is to criticize present mistake. You are doing something else when you shouldn't. The rule today is that you should use black shoes, but you are wearing something else. You are wearing red shoes maybe. That's why someone criticizes you. That's the meaning of should with be with present participle. Another example here, those boys shouldn't be playing football at this time, but they are playing football at that time. They should be at school, but they are playing football. So they are breaking the rule. That's why someone criticizes them by saying those boys shouldn't be playing football at this time. So what are they doing right now? They are playing football. Right. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's the meaning of should be plus present participle. Okay, because you already understood it, let's have a simple exercise again before we close the meeting. The situation here, you are student council president. Imagine that you are a student council president. Do you know the meaning of a student council president?
OSIS.
Yes, yes, the president of OSIS in Indonesian. You are doing an inspection. What is inspection? Inspection, I mean. What is infection? Anybody knows that? No. Like the police usually does inspection on the street. When you have when you don't bring your SIM or you don't maybe yes, you don't use helmet, and then the police will stop you and then charge you with some money maybe. That's what you call inspection. But how about inspection when a student council president does that? What do you mean by inspection? It's just the same as what the police does usually on the street.
Pemeriksaan atau razzian.
Yes, that's what you call inspection in English. Yeah, that's the meaning of inspection, what your friend mentioned before. So you are, as a student council president, doing an inspect. I mean, this is Anya. There is a mistake here. Anya, you are doing an inspection with other members of council, yeah? To find students who break the rule 15 minutes before the class starts. Okay. Here are some violations you find. What will you say to them? I mean to the student here. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So don't forget to use should be plus present participle. Okay, you raise your hand. This is gonna be the last exercise today. A student is smoking behind the school. Let me give you an example. So a student is smoking behind the school. So you should say, for this student, you should say to this student, you shouldn't be smoking here. You should be listening to your teacher in the classroom. That's what you should say, right? So how about number 2, 3, and 4? Mention your, raise your hand and then mention your sentence. What should they be doing? Okay, Rivaldi again. Okay, Rivaldi, please, Rivaldi.
When a student is not wearing his uniform, I must say, you should be wearing your uniform.
You should be wearing
your uniform.
Your uniform, yes, very good. As simple as that. That's simple, right? You should be wearing your uniform. That's from Rivaldi. Okay. I got your name twice, Rivaldi. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, next. Salsabila again. Yes, Salsabila, please.
When some students are arguing in the classroom,
Yes.
I must say, you guys shouldn't arguing.
You guys?
You guys shouldn't be arguing in the class.
Yes. Shouldn't be arguing here, maybe, yeah. Here. From Salsabila. Salsabila. You can actually edit by saying like you can actually edit by saying maybe you guys shouldn't be arguing here. Your friends are watching you. Your friends are taking video of you arguing here. Right? You can add something like that here, right? Okay, next, the last one. The last one, please.
Jodohan mamake.
Who is singing? Okay, please. Salsabila, what's your name? Paradwi. Yes, Paradwi, please. Para.
You guys shouldn't be wearing full makeup here.
Okay, you guys shouldn't be wearing
full makeup here.
full makeup or just makeup here. You can say that like that. Makeup here. Para. You can say you are students. You shouldn't be wearing makeup right now. You shouldn't be reading your books right now because the teacher is going to be here soon. You can say that like that, right? Okay, that's the end of our lesson today. If you still have any question about the material today, you can ask me the discussion group I met in your folder in Schoology. So I met a group there, discussion group. You can ask me there. You can write your question there. And I have a quiz for you guys there. Don't forget to do it before next week. Yes, before Friday next week. And that's all. Thanks for coming to the class and thanks for watching me. Watching me in full attention. Give your attention here fully to me. And that's all. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
You should.